What is the most unusual thing you find attractive? This is super specific, but one of my exes used to very quietly read aloud to himself anytime he was studying, and I could have listened to that for hours. An ex and I once started to read The Hobbit together, like a chapter a night. Never thought having story time as an adult would be enjoyable. But it was... I keep trying to get my boyfriend and I to have story time, but he's not interested. I was trying to get us to read Fellowship of the Ring. It was funny that yours was The Hobbit. I'm totally with you on this. Listening to someone you find hot muttering quietly while they're concentrating on something is something that gets me wobbly. Nice to know someone else likes this as well. Fucking squirrels getting up in the goddamned attic, chewing the wires and pissing in the insulation. I need to get a trap up there, find where they're coming in and seal that. Why are you giving me the eyes? Someone's sick voice, lol. The pandemic must have been a different experience for you. Oh god, everyone is hot. I've always been fascinated by people's hands. Not in an exclusively in a sexual way, but in a strange manner where I feel like someone's hands tell so much about a person. But to speak more to the point of this thread, I do find hands to be extremely intimate. Holding hands is such a wonderful embrace. During passionate moments, caressing is often the biggest turn-on for me, and so I'm always conscious of both my hands and theirs. I think I feel towards hands the way people do about feet, which is odd, as I am wholly indifferent to feet. I've always noticed hands first. I obviously find it the bare minimum to make sure whoever I'm talking to washes their hands, lol. Speaking on the emotional aspect and why I find it attractive, hands are an extension when expressing yourself. You can find so much emotion with the way people use their hands. I find it attractive when someone touches me lightly with thought, whether that be initiating light hand-holding or rubbing my shoulder. A man's voice when they first wake up. Wish my normal voice was as deep as my morning voice somehow. I have a deep voice in general, but it's an octave or two lower when I first wake up. Always wondered why and if it was just me. It's because your vocal cords became slightly lax from lack of use, coupled with the salivary buildup. Once you wake up and get about your day, your voice goes back to normal. Essentially, you need to retune yourself. I love it when I say something in a silly voice and the girl replies in the exact same silly voice, or when they mock the way you said something but in an overly dramatic way. I get a good laugh on that all the time. Big square teeth and pointed canines. So sexy. When I got my braces taken off, the orthodontist explained that he was going to file down my canines so they were less sharp and made a more pleasing profile with the rest of my teeth. I told him absolutely not. I love my pointy fangs, thank you. My orthodontist filed down my canines when he went to even out the rest of my front teeth. Didn't even notice until it was too late. I feel neutered. Same happened to me. I was like 12, unsure, and my mom wasn't in the room. Just did it and didn't say anything to me about it at all. I was so mad. Still am. Fun fact, gender plays a large role in the shape of your teeth, with men having larger and more squared-off teeth like you describe, whereas women have smaller and more rounded-off teeth. From my time working as an oral surgeon's assistant, I can tell you that you may be surprised by how downright giddy some docs and nurses can get over something as seemingly mundane as someone's teeth. Shoulders. Yeah, sorry high school girls, I'm the guy that the school administration was concerned about. Shoulders and collarbones, dude. Always liked them. Oh yeah. Was in a small party once with a few colleagues from work and casually mentioned that I love collarbones, especially to lick them, and I think I did this looking at one of my colleagues. She invited me to do it, and I took the opportunity. It was a quick lick, and she just laughed, and we kept the party as if nothing weird had happened. Now I keep thinking if it was just some drunken challenge from her, which is the way I took it, or if I should have taken my time. Oh well, guess I'll never know. I think a woman looking tired and no makeup at all in the morning is super attractive. I do not think my girlfriend believes me. Dude, first thing in the morning, bare-faced with bedhead when she's first waking up. Ugh, I totally get you. Yeah, my girlfriend has really bushy hair in the morning and I am not overly fond of makeup, so yeah, she looks great. I love that look on women, especially one you have a good emotional connection with. Yeah, if you can see a woman in the morning bare-faced and looking like she lost in a fight against a thorn bush and still looks like the most amazing sight ever, then yeah, you love her. Hyperactivity. I have been attached to hyperactive guys all my life, mostly friendships, but now I'm in a relationship with a man who is hyperactive sometimes. I think it's so cute, and when he's very happy, I automatically become very happy and a bouncy ball as well. Throws the ADHD medication to the trash. I feel like a person really focused while working is very attractive. When the person I like is focused and working, that's when I want to bother them most. Are you my cat? The concave dips at the sides of my wife's hips. I have known her for almost 19 years, but she has only recently understood that I like them. You mean the dimples above the butt cheeks? Or the space under the overhanging muffin top? Please say muffin top, because no matter how thin I get, I still have one cause of how my hip bones flare out and I hate it. I think this counts as unusual since the dominant Western standard is thin/small/button noses. Prominent, strong noses on women are an attractive feature. Edit. A subcomment made me realize prominent noses might sound like a weirdly polite code word for certain people and/or regions. It is not. My above-average-sized nasal tastes are global. And while I like them, it's not a full-blown, no pun intended, nose fetish or anything. But I'll just never understand some of the work that gets done. Aquiline noses are top-notch. Thank you. I needed to read this today. As a woman who struggles with self-image issues, my Jew nose was something I was teased about all through my primary school years, and into adulthood by my white, blonde-haired, button-nosed MIL, who used it as a way to question my ethnicity and whether I was white enough for her son. I'm learning to love myself for who I am, but it feels good to hear there are people out there who find it attractive too. Editing to say thank you to all of the affirming responses. I'm in the middle of a divorce, and I think I might just get my nose pierced and wear my hair curly as a way to reclaim my identity, and as a big fuck you Mill. When this is all done, a girl once told me, "Your bulge looks so hot right now," when I was just laying on the couch watching Netflix. I became erect so fast my dick actually time-traveled into the past, which is what made my bulge look so enticing in the first place. When a guy has some muscles but also is thick, like both fat and some muscles. My ex wasn't some type of bodybuilder and he rarely went to the gym, but his body was so perfect. The tummy sticking out a bit was so hot during sex. I love the thickness on a guy. Makes me feel small and it makes it all very hot. He also had the biggest, hugest ass that all girls try to achieve with BBL. That made me so sad because I was a plank, and his butt made me so jealous. Haha, it was jiggly and perfectly round. I've lost weight. I'm loving my new muscles. My wife's response to my successful weight loss and gym progress? I miss your butt. Being detail-oriented and organized. I've always dated more A-type women, but my wife and I, hoo boy. We have an account at Staples because we both go through notebooks, pens, Sharpies, highlighters, and dry erase markers on a regular basis. We spent months organizing and streamlining our kitchen for workflow and storage. When we get our new bookshelves, it'll probably take us each a few days to organize them the way we like. I'm a chef. She's in office management in the auto industry, and comes from the restaurant industry. Mise en place, y'all. Someone's awkwardness, when they're shy, get nervous or blush. I don't know why, but I just can't handle it and want to kiss them, touch them, and have control over them. Only if I have a romantic sexual relationship with that person. Dark circles, or like generally uneven skin tones. Maybe it's a reaction to all the beauty filters flattening out people's faces, but I adore seeing people with uneven pigmentation. It just adds a lot of dimension. There was this poster in the makeup section of a department store near me with a before and after of a lady with darker, kind of puffy eyes, with spots on her cheeks and a darker nose and chin. The after picture was just a single-tone nude face with some blush and eye makeup, and I always thought she looked so much more interesting in the before.